Welcome to Ageless Wonders. This is a very unique show that explores the lives of people 100 years old and older, often called centenarians. As society in America moves fast and forward, the centenarian generation is often discounted, but little do people know that this centenarian generation is 300,000 people strong and growing throughout the world. Everyone wants to know about longevity, and everyone has in the back of their mind how they can live to be 100 years old. The four individuals in this show are quite profound. They are personable and interesting, with views, opinions, knowledge, and advice that will surprise you. Take a moment out to watch and listen to these extraordinary people, and I'm sure you'll agree that they are ageless wonders.
I had a good childhood. My mother never spoke English. So when I was growing up, I spoke two languages.
Well, what kind of diet did you have, when you were a
Well,
child?
when people tell me, and the doctors refer to the Mediterranean diet, you've probably heard of it
Of
often.
course.
Well, you've had the Mediterranean, and I'll tell the doctor, I don't really know what you're talking about, but if you're referring to the fact that I was brought up on pasta and fish, yes, if that's what you call the Mediterranean diet, and vegetables. Because that's the way it was.
Did you get immunization shots?
Oh yeah, I got all that were
So you had everything that was required?
Yeah.
Did you go to high school?
Yes. My life was very good at high school. I was a good student. Never dreamed I would go to college. That was out of the question.
Did you go to college?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
What type of service? Did you go into the Army or
I was in the Air Force.
the Air Force?
So I was married 7 months when I got drafted. Because I spoke two languages, they used to send me down to the New York State Employment Office to be an interpreter
Uh-huh.
for the Italian people that would come in and make claims on their unemployment insurance and all that.
I see.
I'd like to tell this quick story. I put in more time in an army barrack in my hometown of Syracuse than I did as a soldier for 3 years. While I was there, my job was to interview recruits. We had 30 schools. It was part of the 4th Air Force, and we trained people to build airstrips wherever they were needed. So my job was to interview the new recruits that they just brought in, interview them, and put them in these schools. And I did that for 3 years.
I see. When did you start taking vitamins?
I got interested in supplements probably when I was, I might have been about 60 years old. I took 31 items every day.
Vitamins?
Yeah, vitamins and supplements. I'm a strong believer in supplements and nutrition. Maybe that's why I'm living this long, I don't know.
So
I studied it, and I make it a study. I really do. And I'll tell you why. Because when I come back the next time, I'm going to be a doctor of alternative medicines.
what do you think of people today, now that you're 100 and you've seen generations change, What's your basic outlook of younger people?
I have this concern about younger people. I'm a strong believer in education. I firmly believe that a high school graduate in my day is the equivalent of a bachelor's degree in college today. That's saying a lot. I'm a strong believer there's no way, if you want to do something, you do it. You can do it.
Sure. You see a brighter future for women?
Oh, yeah, I do. A lot of opportunity.
What modern day invention do you appreciate the most today?
Well, there is no question about the telephone has opened up so many things, I can recall my days of hitting the storm on the thruway, coming back from when I was regional manager, many nights I'd be on the thruway coming back from Buffalo to Syracuse and catching a big storm and wanting to call my wife to tell her
Sure.
I'm stuck and there's no phone. Or you had to drive to the next rest spot. The kids, if they only knew, they don't know the difference, see.
Right.
They know this is the way it is. And that's life.
Personally, do you have any regrets about your...
No, I don't. No, I've had a good life. I have a lot of blessings though. That I've had the fortune of having my mind. My mind right now, I would say, is no different than it was when I was 60 years old. I've been blessed with good ears. How many people my age can make that claim, really?
Yeah.
You know, I sit with people that can't understand because they can't hear or they can't see.
Yeah. Do you feel misplaced?
Yeah. I feel misplaced, not because I'm better than anybody else,
No.
but because my mind is still pretty sharp and I can communicate properly. And I know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
And I'm not bragging or anything like that, but that's the way it is. I think the most serious problem that we have in America today is not even cancer, it's dementia and Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, all part of the Alzheimer's group. We have, in my opinion, probably very close to an epidemic. When people ask me, what's your secret to longevity? The first thing I tell them is faith, no matter what your religion is. They have some faith in something or someone. The next thing is attitude. I think it's a real big thing.
It is. How do you want to be remembered?
Well, yeah, I'd like to be remembered as someone that helps people. And I, for some reason, something drives me to assist people, whether they're young kids or someone looking for a job or some advice with all my experience. I like to share that with people.
Do you feel blessed?
Yeah, I do. Very much so. Yeah.
Do you live for today, or do you reflect the yesteryear?
No, I do reflect, and I also am a realist. I know I'm on borrowed time.
What's the best advice you could give to anyone, young or old?
Well, certainly the young ones, I preach education. You got to have the education. And no matter what. You have to really be grateful for what you get, but you've got to do things for yourself too.
Any words of wisdom that you can give us?
Yeah, I would say I would never give up if you have a goal. And if whatever it is.
Anything in particular you're thankful for?
I'm thankful for every breath that I take. I do want to live a few more years. I really do. And you know why? One of the reasons, I want to find out what's going to happen to Trump.
Since I was born in 1917, when there was a war on, there were hunger years. Therefore, all shopping was very restricted because the income became very restricted.
Mm-hmm.
It meant that everybody tried to have a garden and grow at least some potatoes and some cabbages and carrots and things like that.
Was it basically 3 meals a day?
No, it was basically 3 meals, except that all of us, when we came home from school, were starved. And so we ate quite a lot of bread. Rye bread and mixed bread, hardly any white. You can't imagine how simple life was compared to nowadays in the terms of what was offered. You have an infinite variety of offerings nowadays.
Yes.
There are 20, 30 cereals. All of them not good for you.
Dessert would be what then?
It would be an American type dessert, a pie or pudding or ice cream, whatever. I usually had quite a number of choices in the freezer or in the icebox.
So then, you didn't really deprive yourself of sugar then, right?
Oh, not in the early days. We had, but you know, all that food business really broke out only in, let us say, the 90s. And before that, we were quite innocently eating whatever we felt like eating.
Any particular favorite foods that you have that you like?
Chocolate.
Chocolate, anything?
Chocolate, almost anything.
Okay. And did you ever find yourself overeating?
Overeating? Oh, all the time.
Oh, really?
I could always done with a little less than I ate. But the food was good.
Did you ever have vaccines or immunization shots?
Sure. I had the normal ones.
Exercise. Now, when you were a child...
Oh, lots of exercise as a child. And gymnastics as well as corrective exercises. I had a curvature of the spine, so everybody tried to straighten that out and nobody succeeded. Well, let me tell you what I had in school. We had gym twice a week for an hour, and this consisted usually of gymnastics, that is, you know, stretching, bending, getting down on the floor, getting up again, and this kind of thing that makes for an agile body.
So this was in Germany.
This was in Germany, yes.
Do you think you have strong genes that are resilient to disease? Have you had any health problems throughout your life?
Well, yes, but nothing to kill me.
Did you read books a lot?
Yes, I read a lot. And I can tell you, I grew up on 19th century romantic novels, because that's why there were lots of them in the house.
How do you feel about the younger generation today?
Oh, they do very, very well. I think the education of women has been a very good thing. That was just beginning when I was born. And, well, my mother went to university and my aunts did, but that was quite rare.
Did you feel you had a woman's independence?
No, I'm afraid not.
Did you feel it was a man's world?
It wasn't so much a man's world as that that women had to strive harder. You can call it a man's world. It certainly didn't diminish my self-esteem. Why? Who knows? My nature.
Do you find yourself an organized person?
No. You should have come this morning when that table was covered with paper.
Grew
But
up?
I lived with a very organized person.
Uh-huh. You consider yourself a high energy person?
I think until quite recently I was a fairly high energy person.
Do you figure you were optimistic?
Optimistic?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would think so. I mean, I'm geared to expecting the best. And I mean by this time, I expect things to go as one wants them to go. And they don't always, I would say.
And how do you feel?
Major part of the time they don't.
How do you feel about that when things don't go your way?
Look, you collect yourself and go on.
How would you explain your character?
Happy-go-lucky.
Do you feel blessed?
Yes and no.
Do you have any personal motto that you believe in?
A motto? Yes. Be kind and don't hurt people. And one doesn't always succeed in that, I might say.
You were married for many years to a pretty special husband.
He was a scientist.
Did you feel that you were a very supportive wife? Because he worked on some very special projects.
He was, I would say, almost obsessed by his science. And later, after 1945, he was obsessed by the need to make the world understand what the atomic energy and atomic bomb in particular meant.
What do you think caused the obsession?
He created it in part. And of course we talked.
And
We talked all his life and all my life.
so you had good communication.
Mm-hmm.
And the content of your talk, was it about the children or was it scientific?
Whatever needed to be talked about at that particular moment.
What did you learn from him?
Concentration on one thing.
Do you have any regrets?
Yes, I do. But, one isn't faultless. Or if you think you're faultless, you sure have that big fault.
What's most important to you today?
To get through the day.
Just to get through the day?
You know, life is very exciting in many ways today.
Do you think social interaction helps a person stay calmer?
One needs some social contacts.
Do you prefer more of an intellectual conversation?
Yes.
Have you ever had any superstitions?
Not really. Look, I grew up in the scientific family. I married a scientist. I've been surrounded by science all my life.
Wonderful. What would your words of wisdom be to people?
Get organized. Oh, this was quite more fun than I expected.
Well, we're going to spend some time with Mary and ask her a few questions because she is now 103.
When I was born in 1915, I was baptized by my aunt.
And how many brothers and sisters?
I had 6 sisters and 4 brothers. They're all gone but one.
I see. Wisconsin, you were born?
Yeah,
Okay. So you went to school?
yeah.
Was it a big school or a one-room?
No, one-room school.
Uh-huh.
If one kindergarten through 8th grade.
8th grade.
I didn't know no English at
Uh-huh.
all. It was all Czech.
I see. So how did you learn English then?
Went to school only,
Uh-huh.
through school.
Through school.
My mother didn't talk English at all.
I see. What language did she speak?
Bohemian.
Bohemian. Foods that you ate? What kind of diet?
We didn't have no diet. We just ate what we could.
Uh-huh.
Out of the garden. My dad had a big garden always.
Mm-hmm. And so,
Canned stuff for the winter.
uh-huh.
And had beef, cows.
Uh-huh.
When you could run out of food, they killed a cow or so and chickens. And
Mm-hmm.
we worked on a farm. When I got bigger, I had to milk cows and everything.
Oh, really?
About 13, 14, I was milking cows.
Oh, really? And so did you do that in the morning, when you got up in the morning?
Morning and at night.
And at night?
When I was about 18 years old, I went to do some housework in Ithaca.
Uh-huh. When the Depression came in the 1930s, did you feel any, impact on that?
I was married already,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't even have a house to live in. We had a tent. And then later on, we got a homemade trailer somebody made.
Mm-hmm.
They bought the first house in 1940, about 48. Bought our first house.
Oh, that's nice. And how many children do you
4
have?
girls.
You have 4 girls. The inventions that came about, which one did you enjoy the most?
I enjoyed TV, but we didn't get it till way late.
Mm-hmm. In the
I think it was in 1944.
Uh-huh. So, throughout your life, have you been fairly healthy?
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Do you watch the news?
yeah,
Okay.
I do. I like the news.
You like the news.
Yes.
What do you gather from the news?
Well, you find out what's going on in other places.
Do you like President Trump?
Well, I guess he's all right. I don't know.
What do you like about him?
He's helping other countries too.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of these younger kids today? Is there anything that you...
Well, I don't know, but they're getting too much.
Mm-hmm.
Too much stuff that they shouldn't even have. They really do.
What do you think your secrets of
I
longevity?
don't know. Everybody asks me, what's your secret? I said, well, I don't know.
Do you have any words of wisdom?
Stay healthy.
Is there any particular disease that should be eradicated by?
Well, I know when we were all kids, we got scarlet fever. And I lost a sister that was about 3 years younger than me. Now they got stuff for scarlet fever.
Any regrets?
No, not really.
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful that all my children are still living.
Do you look forward to things every day today?
Yeah, sort of.
Uh-huh. Do you feel you're blessed?
Yeah.
Do you pray?
Yes, I pray every night.
Have you believed in it for years?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
even when I was little.
You pray for others?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If anybody gets hurt or something or has to be operated on, I pray for them all the time.
Mm-hmm. God is blessing you.
Yes, He is. Yes, He is. God is a blessing. Yeah.
You've got a birthday tomorrow, and you're going to be 106. Did you go to high school?
Well, I certainly went to high school.
How many children do you have?
I had 4.
You have 4
One
children.
died.
During that time, were you ever depressed?
Was ever depressed? You bet your
Depressed.
life. Does anybody that isn't ever depressed at some or other? Well, I was one of them.
Did you ever have any serious illnesses in your life?
No.
No. Did you exercise every day?
Every day.
Every day? Did you walk a lot?
Yeah.
What'd you drink for liquids?
I had coffee. I had tea.
Mm-hmm.
But I also had alcohol. Everything.
Uh-huh. You like gin or scotch?
No, I like them all.
You like them all?
I cooked everything that was good. Steak and chops and roast pork.
Nice.
All the good things. Pies I made, and that was my dessert. Or else a pudding. It was a pudding or a pie.
Any regrets in your life?
No, I've had a wonderful life. I think it all comes back to you. I'm very religious as far as I'm concerned, because I pray morning, noon, and night, and I think it helps me. If I have a problem, I settle it right as quick as I can. So I don't really have much choice. I don't go around with my head hanging low. So that's the only way to go. To have something that's bothering you and not to let it bother you for a long time, you're going to be sick. So I try to keep fast steps. Go places and do things and forget it. I haven't lived all this time not to know what to do. I have 3 sons. No girls. No girls. Oh, I'd love a daughter. But then they tell me, you're better off, you're better off. So I don't know. But I have 3 wonderful sons. Ray, Tom, and Bill. And I love them.
So you used to knit sweaters,
Knit, crochet.
crochet. And how did you like that? Is that fun?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you accomplish But to start it, it was worthwhile because it takes a long time.
It does. It does take a long time. Can you eat a hamburger or a hot dog?
Can I eat one? Did you ever see anybody that couldn't? Stop it.
Well, thank you very much for letting
You're
us
very
talk to
welcome.
you.